Let's go big here. Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop version 1.82296969. Stardate 1313. Um, just a quick update about yesterday and why I wasn't with you guys yesterday. I had dinner with my friend Bob Oakman. If you guys don't know Bob, you've definitely heard Bob before. Bob is one of a couple of different the famous monster truck guys. He does all the voiceover stuff for, Sunday, 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 really ripping monster trucks. We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. That's Bob. That's what he does. And his voice matches his persona and it matches his image. He's like 6'5". He's got long hair and a beard. He looks like a Viking. And he's a great friend. He's been a friend for 20 plus years. We were talking about it at dinner last night. It was insane how long we've known each other, and it feels like 3 months ago, right? You're like, oh no, yeah, we just met like just recently. No, it's been forever. And Bob's a great guy. You probably heard him. He also does like subtle, you know, stuff that isn't quite monster trucky. He does. Uh, I I don't know. I didn't check with him yesterday. He used to do the regional spots for Toyota. So it would be, see your Central Ohio Toyota dealers today. And he would do, it was a much more normal voice. And I always thought it was incredible ironic that the guy pushing the Prius was driving an H2. I always thought that was kind of funny. That's just me. So you've heard Bob before, and he does a ton of concert stuff, especially a lot of country and rock stuff. Anyway, got to have dinner with Bob. He lives close to here. He lives in Fort Myers, and so we hooked up for lunch. He was he- there you go. There's another stereotype. He was getting his Harley worked on at a Harley dealership that's pretty close to here. So we just decided to grab lunch, and we're talking about editing some videos and Bob doing some voice stuff for me for the other side of my life that you guys don't normally see, and that's the guitar side. And that side is totally different than this side. And Bob's gonna give me a hand and help me out with some voice stuff for some of my personal guitar collection, which is very, very cool. I'm super stoked, and it's nice to have friends like that that'll do, super cool things like that. So I had to get cracking on this stuff because Bob can be off for like 4 or 5 days, and then 2 weeks he's completely booked. So when I have the opportunity, when he has that time and I have that opportunity, I have to crank this stuff out, get it together, get it over to him so he can crank it out. He's very fast. He does everything live, which is really cool. So he'll just roll it and he'll move faders and add sound effects as he's doing it. He's really good at it. He's been doing it a long time. So get back from dinner with Bob, right to the laptop, dumping stuff from the hard drive, another, separate audio tracks, all of this stuff. So I got cranking on that. By the time I, came to a break, it was like 12:30, and I'm like, damn it! I told those guys I was going to come in here and do limo stuff with them. All right, I'll definitely do stuff tomorrow. And so yeah, I apologize for that. It's one of those time opportunity things, and I really needed to crank on it. The good part is I'm gonna have Bob on my some of my guitar video stuff, which is great. And the downside is you're not going to see it on this channel. It'll be over on Kevin's Place, which is my personal channel, and I do the guitar stuff and the social media stuff over there. Hey, Liz. So you won't see it here. You'll see it over on Kevin's Place, and you can hear Bob. Um, so definitely go check out Bob Oakman. He's got a channel here on YouTube. It's I believe it's Bob Oakman or Bob Oakman Productions. He's the only Bob Oakman out there that I know, and definitely go check out his stuff. He puts up stuff occasionally. The downside is it all needs clearance. So if he does like a movie trailer, the movie has to come out first, and then it's got to be out for so long, and then he's allowed to put it up. So that's the downside about his stuff. There's there's updates, but it takes a while to get it, and you've probably already seen, History of the World Part One or whatever movie he's done, or you've seen the show, or you've seen the commercial. So the clearance part takes a while, but it's worth it to go back and listen. The Exxon commercials that he did a couple of years ago were very funny, and they were a lot of fun. It's a bummer that that didn't take off and do Exxon do 500 more with them, because they could have had a really good time with that. But they got a bunch done and they were a lot of fun. So go check out Bob, check out his stuff, and please accept my apology for not being with you guys last night, because I was doing other stuff, my other personal stuff that interrupts with so much of my free time. I hate that. So tonight I wanted to do something cool for you guys. We'll keep it super simple. We'll get into more complex stuff later on this week, and get this whole trunk finished so we can just leave the trunk down, flip the car around, and just do engine stuff and just do hot tub stuff. So I wanted to do a kind of a fun one, a simple one with you guys tonight, just so you get a heads up, or not a heads up, a head start on what everyone else is going to be seeing. First thing I got to do though is I just noticed I gotta cover the Viper. Had an awesome time at Motor Enclave yesterday. They they were doing. They did not have rock stars there. They had a different energy drink company. And when the scantily clad girls offered me one of their subpar energy drinks, I said, "No thanks, I'm set." So that's how that goes. And we're out. So Motor Enclave was a lot of fun yesterday. It was kind of a Porsche uh, focused event, and I put it on the gram and put it on Facebook as a Porsche invasion, because there were a lot of very very cool Porsches there, vintage ones, semi-modern race stuff, really modern. There's a 918 there, a bunch of excuse me, a bunch of GT3 RSs, a couple of GT2 RSs, and a 4-liter 4.0, baby. Tucked in the corner. That's where the 4 liters always are. They're like tucked in the corner. No one's looking at them. One of the best cars Porsche has ever made. And you give me a obnoxious color GT3 RS or a 4.0, I'm probably going to take the 4.0. It's such a badass car. If Porsche has a sleeper badass car, it's the 4.0. So Motor Enclave, beautiful facility, really nice. The staff is all super cool. They have it very well organized. They have a big, huge, like main building that's all air conditioned. So you go outside, check out the cars, do a lap, come back in, cool off, go back out, check out more cars. It's a pretty cool setup. They have a driving simulator. You pay, I don't know, it's like 10 or 15 bucks. You go compete against other people, and they have like 10 simulators set up. It was pretty cool. They have a very nice setup going on there. They do cars and coffee once a month ish, something like that. It's free to go. You can bring your car. You can park with Joe Average, or you can park with the show cars. And then they have VIP parking, which is like right up front, right by the air conditioning, which is nice. So let me throw the cover on the Viper, and I did get a lot of compliments on the Viper yesterday, which is great. There was only one other Viper there, and it was a Gen 2. It was a very nice car, but don't see a lot of Vipers. So I'll turn the fan on too once I get this on, because now the question is, yeah, I got it right. Sometimes you do it backwards. You have to flip everything around. Sometimes, I think. Yeah. This just keeps the bugs and all the other stuff out of it. The trick with car covers, if you have the mirror pockets, those are your little anchors if you're doing this by yourself. Mickey Mouse ears really help. Yeah, the car got wiped down, cooled off and wiped down when we got back yesterday. When I got back yesterday. I don't know why I keep saying we. I think I keep saying we because I want you guys included in all this stuff. That's why I keep saying we. So make sure this is centered. Logo's on the logo. We'll finish the back. Get this garage door closed. And we're fairly centered. And all the way down in the back. Looks good. All right, let's get this fan on. It'll be loud for a second. I apologize. And close the garage door. Keep the bugs out. A lot of bugs down here. All right. So now let's have some fun with the limo. And like I said, this is going to be a sneak peek for you guys. Not a lot of people are going to be able to see this until, I guess, after it's done, they'll be able to see it. But I wanted you guys and all the new subscribers. Thank you guys. I saw a few new subscribers. So thanks you guys for spreading the word, subscribing, doing notifications, all that stuff. I really appreciate it. It's great to, come in here and see there's new subscribers basically every day. It's awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Because like I said, I'm doing this all organically, not boosting posts. I'm not paying for followers or anything like that. There's no advertising on my part. I'm not getting paid a dime or a nickel or a penny. YouTube hasn't sent me a single cent. So, and if you saw what I made on Facebook from my stuff, you'd laugh. It's about $7 a month for posting videos and content every single day. They forced me to become a professional a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. And they're like, yeah, you put up too much stuff and people like your stuff too much. So we're going to have to start paying you. And they pay me like $7 a month. I can't even buy a sandwich. Thanks a lot. It's almost, if it wasn't money, I would be insulted. And thank you to the nice ladies at U-Haul in Columbus for giving me these Fernie pads. They are not to be sold or transferred, but they gave them to me for free, which is cool. We're probably going to need a little bit more length here. And we'll put the not dirty side towards you guys. I like the limo's trunk because it's kind of like a drawing board, nice big solid metal surface. So let's start off with the lights we have. I'm going to save my test light over here. Stack these guys up. That's the other good part about yesterday. Amazon delivered. Amazon delivered a lot of stuff. Yeah, why would that work? Let's try it from this side. Yeah. Shit. In the commercials, everyone just goes blink and they pull it with, almost no effort. All right. Off to recycle land. And we're going to need a knife. That's French for knife. Don't have to be too careful with this, but we also don't have to be obnoxious with it. So, there's 2 more right there. And it's really funny because these all came from the same seller and they came in 3 different boxes. So it was a single purchase that came in 3 different boxes of all the same stuff. Isn't that odd? Not quite sure how Amazon does all that, but okay. There's 2 more. And let's try the tear to open here. I don't know. I'm not having a lot of success with these. There we go. Did not open. And what do you know? It's the exact same thing that's in. It's like they're giving me a packaging demonstration. Look at all the different packaging we offer. We have 3 different kinds of packaging for your one order. They all shipped at the exact same time, according to Amazon. And they're all from the same seller, the same manufacturer, but they came in 3 different packages. So, all right, what do you want, Mosquito? You want some of this? Come and get it. Come on. Land. Yeah, come on. Gotcha. I think I got you. Okay. User manual for a light. Okay. About turn it on, it's bright. Turn it off, it's dark. Maybe. We're going to start setting these guys to the side. I know this is kind of painful, but I'll be as quick as I can with these. Get some kind of system down. Plus, like I said, we have to get all these to the machine shop. So, oh my God, this is going to look so ridiculous. Just seeing these 2 right here, it's enough to make me go, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We got a lot coming. Oh, man. And it's nice, these lights come with all the hardware. So even though I do have to do new mounting and everything for them, at least I have the bolts that go in there. It's not stainless hardware, but it's zinc plated, which is nice. I'll probably replace it with stainless, just because I'm weird. Certain instructions: red is hot and black is negative. Okay. Always helpful. Always helpful. Oh, we got more comments here. It's Cadillac draft table. Yep. Or workbench, however you want to do it. And for the most part, when you have a shop and you have limited space and you don't have room for a huge bench, an Aaron Kaufman style bench, a furniture pad, go to Harbor Freight. They have furniture pads like super, super cheap. And a furniture pad doubled up will usually protect the surface. So if you're working on the hood of a car or whatever, they're cheap. They're very replaceable. So if they get ripped or stained or whatever, like I just noticed the stain on the shirt. What the hell? Careful with this stuff. Then they're easily replaced. They're cheap, $5-10. They'll last a long time. And you can, wrap them over a fender. You can use them for sharp edges. Actually very handy. They fold up, stack them on a shelf, and you can actually use them when you move to pad your furniture. They actually do have an original use. All right. We're at the halfway mark. How exciting is this, right? This is so ridiculous. You know what? I've never seen anything like this. So I don't know how well it's going to go over with people, but we're going to find out, right? We'll find out the hard way. A friend of mine is 99% sure I'm getting pulled over immediately with these as headlights. I don't think so. They're not going to be aimed at people's faces. They're going to be aimed properly. They're not going to vibrate, look like a strobe light or anything. They'll be wired up high beam and low beam, even though the high beam is not more intensity, it's just more lights, which I think is okay. Now, the other fun part with this is that all these lights have to be tested. So you do something like this with a mass quantity, you have to test all of them before you machine them and weld them together and all of this stuff. Because if one bombs out, it's like that Christmas tree light. You know, one light burns out and the rest of them are dark too. That always sucks. It's a lot of lights here. Whoops. Yeah, there's the hardware kit. They even include a wrench. I'm gonna have a lot of Allen keys. Oh, this one has a different. No, I guess it's the same pad. Maybe it's a different pad on the end. And then it looks like some of them come with spades, spade terminals, and some of them come without spade terminals. The spade terminals are nice, but I'll show you guys why pre-attaching terminals is not always a good thing. I appreciate that the factory does it, but when I'm doing wiring like this, it's not always what I want. So I'll show you guys that in a few minutes. It's 5. And here is number 6. So now in total, I have 13 of these. I have a baker's dozen. If you don't know what a baker's dozen is, sorry. And the extra one is for testing and for machining and getting the cutting and painting and all that stuff set up correctly. It's also a backup light. So a reserve light. So if we need to replace one of these guys, we'll be able to do it pretty quickly. I don't have to wait for an order to happen. I can just come back here to the shop and do it. So those are all of our lights. And let's see how many spade terminal ones we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's kind of a crap. I don't even know what happened there. Take a look at this. What the hell is going on with that guy? It's like, it doesn't matter. Those terminals are coming off. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Only one of them doesn't have terminals. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. These are coming off. Okay, so Kev, they put these nice spade terminals on there. Why are you taking them off? Here's the reason why they're going to come off. You can hook this up incorrectly. If I covered these guys up, could you tell which one was positive and which one was negative? So you can't. So you could accidentally wire these guys backwards. We don't want to do that. So we'll have a male connector on this side and a female connector on this side. That way your wiring always goes correct. The other difference is these are going to be hardwired to our relay box. So it doesn't even matter. We're going to be doing, I'll show you the, if I get the box open. So we'll be doing terminals here, just regular eyelet terminals. So we have 2 of these boxes, one for the left side, one for the right. And so it doesn't really matter. These spade terminals are cool, that's fine, but we're gonna cut those off. We're gonna run dual wire, red, black. It'll be similar to this, to the relay box. Relay box gets power, or switch and power, whatever. So here is how the headlights are gonna look on the limo. This is super rough because remember, we have to cut this side flat. This side has to get cut flat. This side has to get cut flat. Getting a ton of messages here. So this is going to be super rough. Plus, they're not going to stay in position. Oh my God, this is going to look so outrageous. And you know what? We can take these CE stickers off of here. So I'm not sure I even believe that. Anybody can buy CE stickers. Sorry, this just makes me laugh. Maybe do this guy this way. Nope, that's even worse. So we'll bring him over here. Oh my God. Okay. Wait, we have any CE stickers? Yep, there's one right there. Take care of this now before they get like glazed on there. And God forbid, painted on there. Oh, this is so silly. I actually might not even have to machine these, but I want a nice, cleaner look, so I'm probably going to be machining all of these. All right. I don't think I have any other CE stickers. Nope, got one more here. We're done with those. These are our headlights, left side and right side for the limo. Now here's the cool part. When I say left side and right side, this is their orientation. They're vertical. They're not horizontal like everyone else does. They're not horizontal like on Jeeps. They will be vertical like this. And they will all be in one mount bracket that can tilt x-axis and y-axis. So this is going to look so insane. Now, low beams, we will have 3 of these on. High beams, all 6. So for low beams, we'll have 6 in total, and then high beams will have 12 in total. What do you guys think? You guys think that's cool? You think that's stupid? Tell me what you think about it. But yeah, that's where we're at. So we're gonna fab up a bracket, like a it's like a bracket, like a mounting. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a mounting bed that these are in, and it has uh, corners. The corner adjustment screws let it tilt. So when we put it in, there'll be a spring between the bracket and the screw, and that'll let us tilt up and down and left and right. This way, we're not blinding anyone. When we're horizontal like this, the beam spread comes out really tall and really low. So when you're doing it like this, it's very easy. You would have to tilt down in order to get that beam spread down. And even tilting down far, you still have you can blind people. It's so bright. So if you do it vertical, now your beam spread is very small here, very small here, but it goes wide on both sides. And I don't really care if it lights up the side of the road. That doesn't phase me. Or if it lights up the center of the car, that's fine. It can do that all day long. That is just fine. So that's why we're not going to get pulled over, because we're not going to be blinding people. We have full adjustability, left and right, up and down. And we also will have the ability. I'm debating on this, like low, mid, and high. So it might be, 2, 4, and 6 per side. I haven't decided on that yet. It's extra switches, but I don't mind the extra switches. I don't know. I haven't decided. This would actually look, even if I don't machine them and just do the bracket, because all these screws are going to come out. They're all going to get painted. Even if I do it like that, it's actually going to look pretty damn cool. It's actually going to look really damn cool. I got to do a measurement quick. So I got to go out to the front of the car. You guys will have to excuse me for a sec. I just want to do 13 inches, and we'll double check here. 13 inches. All right. I need a light. Got a light. I'll be right back. Hang on a sec. Hopefully the mic still works out here. Spiders. Little wolf spider. Oh, crap. All right. So we have basically 15 and a half inches to work with. Machine. I think I need to paint them. I think I need to paint them. Here's a couple of reasons also why I don't think I need to machine them. I have 15 inches, so I have an inch on each side if I want it. Obviously, they'll go more to the outside. Here's another reason why I don't think I need to machine. Because I'm sweating. The airflow, these are designed, the heat sinks and stuff on these are designed to dump heat out. So if I have airflow, even just a tiny bit, I have about 5 millimeters between each light. At 60 miles an hour, that's going to give me the airflow that I need to keep them cool. So that's a good idea, to keep those cool, even if they're running, just 2 lights are running. If I was really good, I would have like an iPad controller where I could control individual lights, do like 1, 3, and just any kind of like 1, 3, 4, and 6 as like a high beam or a mid beam or what. I don't know. We'll figure out wiring later on. I need it simple first, and then we can do all sorts of weird custom shit later. But I like the airflow through here, and since I have the extra inch on each side, which I'm gonna need for, because there'll be a fascia over this. There'll be a fascia on the corner and a small one on the front that goes to the center part of the grill. So I need that. So I'm not gonna machine these down. That's gonna save me a ton of time and a ton of money, but it's also gonna help keep these guys cooler because they need those cooling fins, and having the extra air through here is gonna be a good thing. Because normally these are just individual. And so you have heat dissipation without restriction. But when they're close together like this, it's harder for heat to get out. But the good part is the car is going to be moving, so it's going to be forcing air through there. So we're going to be okay on heat, but I'm glad I have those extra heat sinks to let heat out. If I cut those heat sinks off, plus it makes it way more complicated to attach the ends, to attach the lenses, et cetera, et cetera. This way is going to be much, much, much simpler. So all we have to do is remove the lenses and put in the slab lenses, the mask lens, and paint it. And they'll get painted white. The only thing silver will be the screws. So we'll keep the screws silver. That matches the silver on the wheels, the silver on the steering wheel. Silver is kind of our accent color. White and black are our main colors. Silver is our accent color. So this is going to work out really nice. Yeah, it's going to save me a ton by not doing that. And since I was concerned about the width. I don't have room to do 7, which would be really cool. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. Let's take a look. Maybe I just order another one. So if I did 7, these guys are all touching tips, which is a totally different YouTube channel. I mean, we can go like I've been at. Whoops. Sorry, guys. That was the mic. I'm sorry. And here comes the clip. He's going to fall down. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about that. Hang on a sec. Wow. He came off like, oh, it's because the shirt's wet. Whoops, come back here. I lose I'm trying to put the wrong side on. I was like, did I lose the magnet out of there? The shirt's wet and it just popped right off. So I'm sorry about that. My apologies. Let's measure this. What did I do with my measuring tape? Didn't I just have it? Oh, yeah. I brought it in from outside. I was like, that's weird. 7 could fit, but it's super tight. And the frame for it would have to be incredibly thin sheet metal. So that's why I think 6 works better. 6 is going to work better than 7. So that's just me. Because we'll have not only these 6, but I'll have an inch on each side for the trim ring and for the mount bracket. So I think that's a better way to do that. It just gives me a little bit more room. I'm going to try and wipe some of the sweat off. So I'm sweating like crazy here. Even with the fan going. It's because the fan's not blowing at me. It's blown at the Viper. So I think 6 per side is going to be plenty. We're going to have a good time with that. What do we got here? It's going to be cool. Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian, fellow car guy. You can, Liz already posted that this is going to be cool. So you can, you can be the deciding vote here. So these are the new headlights for the Limo. These are 15-inch LED light bars. They're 105 watt. They're bright as hell. And this is going to be the layout for the two headlights, left and right. Here's the thing. We're not doing them horizontal. We're doing them vertical. So they're going to be mounted like so in the front of the car, 6 across, the other side 6 across. How does the Busa powered Miata vote? Yeah, humidity is pretty rough here. But the other problem was I had the fan pointing at the Viper from yesterday to cool it off after driving. So I had the fan pointed right in the engine bay. Of course, it wasn't blowing nicely on my back and getting rid of bugs. Still blowing on the Viper. So, yeah, Brian, let me know what you think about this setup. I think it's going to be, pretty cool. And the customization options, once everything gets wired up, is actually going to be pretty cool too. Yeah, they're kind of spotlights. They don't have an incredibly focused beam, but they don't have a super wide beam either. They're very powerful. They're 108 watts. For LED, that's pretty serious. That's really bright. That's brighter than any of the lights in your house. Most of the lights in your house are probably 15 watts. So this is 108 per 108, 108, 108, 108. So we have 600, 650, 648 watts. Yeah, not bad. 664, sorry. Almost 700 watts of LED power. In total, almost 1,500 watts of LED power on the front of the. You're going to be able to light birthday candles. Okay. It will. Okay, so high beam is going to be. So low beam is going to be 3 of these guys, and high beam is going to be all 6. Or low beam is going to be 1, 3, 4, and 6, and then high beam will be all 6. Or low beam is going to be 1 and 2, and high beam is going to be all 6. There's a couple different ways we can wire it up. Like I said, I have the cool relay box. So we'll have 1 relay box per set of lights. We'll have at least 2 switches, maybe 3. Depends on how we do it. I had Mexican lasagna for dinner, and I'm still burping Mexican lasagna. So we'll be able to control the lights. The other option would be to have 6 switches, and I thought about this earlier while I was setting everything up. The other option would be to have 6 switches, and each switch controls a pair, a left and a right. So however you want to do the combo, you would only have 6 switches, but it controls a pair, 1 on each side. Yeah, you like that? And here's the other question, Brian. Have you ever seen that before? Have you ever seen, someone stacking LEDs like this on a car, like SEMA or, any of the off-road stuff? I'm checking with other people because I'm trying to be original with this stuff, and I've never seen it before. I've seen stacks like this, like guys will have on their Jeep, they'll have 2 or 3, and they're kind of like offset. Or they'll have 2 like this, like one facing front and one facing back. And, I've seen them kind of like that, but I haven't seen anything horizontal, or I haven't seen anything vertical. Everything I've seen is kind of horizontal. So hopefully this is, something original. It's very hard to do original stuff in the car world. Dave Kindig's probably already done it, or Chip Foose, or Boyd Coddington. So running out of cool shit, those guys take all the really kick-ass ideas, or they've already had them, you know. Um, they also have, you know, $1 billion budgets, and I have a, you know, the total on this car is a $25,000 budget. Would you believe that? And I'm already 14 into it, almost 15 into it, with the engine, transmission, wheels and tires, airbag, all that shit. Yeah, all the wiring. It's yeah, about it's close to $15,000 already in this car, and that's like I said, we're doing this as simple and as cheap and as quick as possible. So, you know, if I had, you know, Kindig's shop, 20 guys working for me, this thing would have been done 2 years ago. And it would have been done, you know, probably be $100,000 car with a $30,000 paint job. But, you know, this is where we're at. I'm using a U-Haul Fernie pad to lay out. These LED light bars are less, they're about 30 bucks each. So, and they are IP6, they're all waterproof, they're DOT legal. So, I haven't seen anything like that, but I don't mingle too much with the truck crowds. Yeah. Yeah, LEDs are big with the truck guys. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Just like because I'll have a template for the lenses. So you're saying do like a red, a green, an orange, red, green, orange, and like pink for Easter, whatever, or for bachelorette party or whatever. So red, green, orange, and pink. Red, green, orange, pink, and blue for 4th of July. Yeah. And then you can swap out lenses. You can do red, white, and blue, or just red and blue, or red and blue on the inside. If you're doing Halloween, you could do 2 oranges here. If you're doing, you know, bachelorette party, you can do them, do the insides all pink. Get it? So, yeah, you could, there's a lot of options. I like the colored lens part. That would be cool. Yeah, because depending on the holiday, you know, Christmas, red, green, or like or no, red, green. Yeah, and then opposite on that side. Red, green, red, green, red, green. You could do that. That would be cool. Yeah, so depending on the holiday, the event, whatever, have some colored lenses. They will not be easy to swap in, but we can also just do, like you said, just do an overlay. If it falls off, it falls off, right? Who gives a shit? Actually, there is a lip on the inside here. So if I did a thin enough piece, it can just be popped in and then popped out. So that's a good idea. I like that. Thanks, man. Oh yeah, they'll definitely be bright enough. Do you guys? I can hook up a battery to one. You guys want to see? You guys want to see how bright these stupid things are? This is crazy. This is my shop battery, and I think I've told you guys about this before. This is a Noco lithium battery, and this is a NLP 30. It's about 400 bucks. But have you ever done this with a battery? One hand and catch it with one hand? You ever spun a 12 volt, 330 amp battery around like you could toss it to your friend? You ever done that? Me neither. That's why this thing's awesome. It's a great shop battery. You have nice terminals here, screw terminals up top, and there's a bunch of variety, different terminals you can thread in here. You can remove that whole thing totally and just screw in here. You can do the standard clamp terminals. These guys, very, very smart. The red tape is a cover for, I don't remember what the red tape was for. I guess it's so I can find it. The only mod I did to this was I marked the positive and negative. I gave the positive a red just with a paint pen. Just makes it easy. So you guys want to see how bright these things are? All right. All right. Here we go. We'll do a black wire. Do a red wire. I was gonna do a switch, but I don't. I don't know if I still have a switch. Um, Let me see if I have a switch. I might put one in line here. I do have a switch here. Let me grab another contact. Just a small guy. I don't need a big guy. Do, 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 do. Let's just put him all the way down and put the cover over him. Put him all the way down and put the cover over him. And just double check. Okay. Let's make sure I'm not going to blow anything up. Oh my God. Sorry, I was looking right at it. All right, so there you guys go. I'm trying to keep these guys apart. Get out of there. Of course, I looped the one wire over. So there it is against the wall. I'm going to keep it low on you guys. I'm going to try and bring it down here without shorting anything out. And flip it upside down. Now you can see it against the limo. This is one light out of the 6. And this is obviously right up against it. You can see a good spread pattern there. But you can see how it goes to the outside. Instead of, if it was horizontal and it comes back here, it goes way high back here. But here it goes horizontal left and right. There's not a ton of spread going vertical. So when we tilt this down, it takes a lot of that out of there. And it actually spreads it out over on that side. So this is one. So if I come back, I'm back 16 inches from a white car. How's that look? There's the garage door. There you guys go. All right. So we do a vertical. This is one light 20 feet away. So you can see that if I tilt down, see the difference? If I tilt it down just like 3 or 4 degrees, it really makes a difference. So there you guys go. Now that's one light. So power this off, pull power off of here. So now imagine 6 of those guys. Yeah, Brian, let me see. Feeling bright enough to shine through. That's a good idea. I've used Milwaukee batteries with metal picks and gator clips. Yep. Hey, go get these gator clips on Amazon. These things are stupid cheap. You get like a 10-pack for $2.99. These are the thin gauge. These are like 20 gauge, but there's big boys too. These are, I think these are 16 gauge. These are the bigger ones. So you have the bigger ones, and then I use the smaller ones for light electronic testing. Go get those guys. They're stupid cheap on Amazon, and they come in a pack, 8 or 10, red, green, yellow, black. They're a great deal. And you can get bigger gauge wires too if you're doing bigger, gnarlier projects. And they have bigger alligator clips. Let's see what else. Yeah. Oh, Liz. Yeah, that was a good idea with the colored lenses, definitely. Where'd you get the lights? Brian, I'll send you a link to the ones I got on Amazon. They have different lengths too. So they have shorter ones. I think they go up to 84-inch curved. They go down to, I think these guys go down to a 4-inch. So it's like 4 of these. They have a ton of options. They're not expensive. Like I said, these are about 30 bucks each, 28 bucks each. And you can almost see my soul with those. Yeah. Yeah, the lights are cheap and they're super easy to mount. I'll show you the mount that comes with them because you're not going to be doing a bracket like I'm doing. Where's one of the mounts? So this is the mount kit that comes with each of them. So it just has, just dump it out. You have 2 nice powder coated, actually electric coated, they're powder coated metal brackets. Lights mount here, and then you can mount these, rivet them to the car. See, Brian races Lemons with this, so if you screw something in to your car at Lemons, it's going to come loose. You have to rivet it or weld it. Not my rule. That's just how it goes. It comes with 2 different size screws. One is obviously for mounting, one is obviously for the light. You have lock washers and regular nuts and the handy dandy cheapest Allen wrench. It's actually chrome plated. It's actually a pretty nice Allen wrench, 5 mil. So, and these are nice. These are the small head, socket head cap screws, and these are zinc plated. So it's a nice hardware kit, and that comes with each light. 4 lock washers, 4 regular flat washers, 2 nuts, and the bracket and the brackets and the wrench. And that's in with each of these lights. Yeah. So that's that's the lights. I'm glad you guys like those. Yeah, it's gonna be, you're not gonna miss this car at night. And you guys remember when I told you that I took that battery and switch and a couple of these and went out and walked down my street because there's no street lights here. I walked down my street with just one of the lights and I was like, oh my God, if there's 6 of these, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're going to see every gator out there. Yep. You're not going to miss a thing. It'll light up everything really well. So super excited about these. You guys just saw how well they're going to work. Yeah. If you see any downside, let me know. I'll definitely take it into account before I do any of this stuff. But I wanted to get these unboxed and get these and show you guys how everything is going to go together and how it's going to work and what's going through my head. Plus, getting the feedback from you guys, like, you know, hey, colored lenses for the holidays, and oh, you could do different, light patterns, like 6 switches, or you're making my head work so that I can, if I do 6 switches, or even if I did 3 switches, 1, 2, 3, that could work too. So you guys get that thing in my head, and it would work out pretty good. Still getting messages. Green, yellow, and brown thin zip ties for assembly. Green. Oh, for the turtle Miata. Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. Yeah. I would say for Brian's car, the uh, New Holland yellow. New Holland yellow. Cover the lenses up with tape. New Holland yellow. Pull the screws out. New Holland yellow, and then just put the screws back in. Take the masking tape off. Done. If you don't know what New Holland yellow is, I'm sorry, I can't help you. You guys know what New Holland yellow is. Don't give me that crap. Did I just bring 6 boxes over at one time? Okay, let's try that again. Okay. I got weird skills, don't I? So put these guys back in because we're working on our bracket next and our wiring. I should say our, what do you want to call it? Is it a mounting plate? A mounting cup? I don't know what to call it. I guess it's a mounting plate. I guess it's the best way to put it. So these are going to work very well. I'm very excited about them. And what do you guys think? Am I getting pulled over with the headlights set up this way? Maybe. I'll probably get pulled over for something other than this, which would not be surprising. But I don't think I'm going to get pulled over for headlights. And, you know, what the hell do I know? They'd probably pull me over for, you know, my haircut. Whoops, come back here. So these guys like to stay in here, but then they don't like to stay in here. That's so funny that all of them have spade terminals except one. That's hysterical. Actually, I gotta look. Maybe my spare. Does my spare have spade terminals? No, it does not. I just had to check. That would have been kind of funny. So, yeah, you guys are great. Give me cool ideas and making my brain work on different options. Because we will be renting this thing out. So when we rent it out, we want to be able to, you know, customize it for the clients as best we can. You know, doing graphics on the side of the car, and then if we can change out headlights, that'd be pretty cool, right? So another thing to add for the list. Dot approved, baby. It's legal. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's one thing you can pretty much count on is me not dancing in the hot tub. So if you're expecting video of that, that shit's not happening. I'm just going to put all of these in one box as much as I can. Keep them all safe. And we'll get cracking on that mount bracket. Fabrication is always so much fun. You smell that? That's sarcasm. So fabrication, it's rare that I ever get the first one right. Like super rare. Super rare. So it takes me a while. Try and use that fan to our advantage and get this folded up. It's a great place for huntsman spiders to hang out. You find them later on. So put our Fernie pad back. Excuse me. That is about it for tonight. Like I said, I got caught up doing other stuff from my other life, and didn't get a ton of stuff done on the limo yesterday or today, but we're going to do that. Great drill bits makes fabrication barely acceptable. Yeah. Where did I find great drill bits? It was someplace odd. It was not some. It wasn't Harbor Freight or anything like that. Because I have like a ton of drill bits, whole tap set. Who? It might have been actually been a Milwaukee set, but it was like on sale, and it was a crappy. It was like, I don't know, 20 bits or something, but it was really good, and it took me a very long time to break the 1/16th bit. So I think it was an old Milwaukee. It was probably 2 years ago. It was an old Milwaukee. Um, I can't remember. I think it was HSS, and yeah, they had the hex ends, the quick change ends, and I'm pretty sure it was Milwaukee. I'm pretty sure it was a red case, but I haven't seen it since. So yeah, fabrication, a nice shop that could bend metal. Yeah, yeah. That's the for me. That's the trick. And I have an awesome place, Flood Heliarch in Columbus, Ohio, actually in Grove City. Fantastic sheet metal work. Fantastic. Probably the best welding I've ever seen in my life. But also, the guy who owns the place, he's been welding longer than I've been alive. So that's why. Um, Also, they make parts for the tremolo. So yeah, they're a great shop. But I don't have anything like that down here. So I got to find some place that can fab up a couple of those, keep everything super tight. And we'll probably add some foam on the back just to keep the vibration minimum. And we'll spring load the mounts. So, should be a pretty smooth. We'll make it as liquid as we can. And yeah, so we're a lot closer. I'm really glad you guys like that. It was a crazy idea that I had in my head, and I wasn't sure how it all was going to turn out, but lighting that up here in the shop and just shining it on the wall, I think we're going to be bright enough. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about brightness. I'm just worried about aim, being able to aim those down and keeping them even. Because if you have one that's like a little cockeyed and higher, it makes it weird. So you need to keep them even and level. Make it look like one big square on the ground, kind of pointed inward, because we'll have some bleed on the outside. So yeah, it'll be cool. I think it'll be cool. We'll see. For the grill, the center grill, I obviously have to do something different. I can't do that pipe, that gas line pipe that's in there. So I've had a whole bunch of ideas for the grill. And I do have the temporary grill that you guys have seen. This guy, he's just a temporary grill to keep lizards and stuff out of there. So we do have a temporary grill. He just gets spray painted white and put in there. But I'm going to do an aluminum grill. I just haven't figured out the correct design and layout for it yet. Do I want a single piece? Do I want two piece? Because it has to be bent like that. But it's not square. It's trapezoidal, and it's mostly trapezoidal at the top. It's a little trapezoidal at the bottom. It's really not that cool of a shape. So trying to figure out a cool design for that. And again, trying to be original without being obnoxious, without being whatever, and get enough airflow to that radiator to keep that engine cool. A 383 stroker runs a little bit hotter. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Brian, check I got you on Instagram, right? I'll shoot you a link on Instagram, and you can go check out those lights. These are, like I said, these are the 15-inch. They make a bunch of different sizes, but yeah, 12 12 is gonna be nuts. It'll be so bright. It'll be really bright. Um, it would actually be cool to make it like a socket, and you could actually pull it out, and then you could, use it as like a work light or like a party light for an umbrella, or like Burning Man, just wave it around. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. No, we're not doing that. It's a lot more work, a lot more wiring. I don't want to do that shit. Um, do something different. I have enough wiring that I have to do in this car. I don't want to do crazy magnetic mount strobe light
rave kits on as the headlights. I got enough shit to do. So thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you like the lights, and I appreciate all the insight on all the other cool stuff that I can do. Um, to make this car even cooler. That's why I've got you guys on here, and that's why I do stuff like this. When you're learning, I'm learning. So, oh, also, Brian, super low power draw on those. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure they don't have it on the box. It's in Chinese. Okay, YY9 3D 15IN 108S. That's pretty much all I've got. It does not have any kind of decent specs regarding power, but it's probably in the Amazon listing. So they're not going to pull a ton of power because they're LED. So amps necessary are going to be pretty low. And so yeah, that's about it for tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Like I said, this week we'll get into a ton more. We'll try and finish this trunk up so we can keep it closed. The only thing we'll have to add is a battery and the water tank when the guy's done fabbing it. And hopefully that'll be it for a while. We'll flip the car around. We'll start doing wiring up front. We'll start doing more engine stuff and getting the car tuned and running really nicely. So that's where we're at. I appreciate you guys hanging out. And God, what is going on here? What is happening? Is this really my hair? Should I just, yeah, there we go. Okay. Jesus. Perfect, right? Yeah, look at that. Oh, just random. Johnny Lydon, right? Okay. There we go. It looks like my Lemon's profile picture. Anyway, sorry. I don't spend as much time in the mirror as you guys think I do. So I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. If there's something you want to see, let me know. Put it in the comments. If you have any questions, any of that stuff, you know where to do it. You can also get a hold of me. You can hit me up on social media. It's just my name, Kevin Geyer. And you can, if you got my number, you can reach me on text. And when does Ace Ventura? Return of the Do? Oh, Return of the Do. Yeah. I don't have a sweet do like he did. Yeah, if you guys got questions, comments, shoot them to me. I answer all of them. So I'll keep doing that. And I appreciate everyone subscribing, all the new folks. I'm glad you guys are having a good time with this. We're getting a lot closer with this. Again, I do all this other stuff. This is kind of my free time project, so it takes a lot longer. It's not my dedicated job, right? So I do this when I can, and I'm so glad you guys are along for the ride. I'm glad you're having a good time with this because I'm having an absolute blast with it. So we'll keep going. We'll get this thing running, and we'll also do a live streaming rig from this car, which would be a lot of fun. That'll be a lot of fun. So thanks, Brian. Thanks, Liz. Thanks, everyone else who was watching. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to show someone that you love them today. Give me a kiss on the cheek. Give me a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it's far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will catch you tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, let's do tomorrow. Okay. Oh, those lights are going to be so bright. Oh, and it won't let me do my... So much for being stealth, right? Yeah, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just come in from the side. Yeah, it doesn't let me do that. All right. Bye, everyone.